What's up, you guys? It's Allison. Welcome back to Financial Flamingo, where we talk about personal finance, productivity, and building wealth through multiple streams of income. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to close out a budget. So I'm going to be closing out my June 2020 budget, show you the whole process here and how it kind of flows through to July. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this video. This is my budget binder. You can see it is kind of like a Happy Planner disc bound type system, but this is my own budget binder that I created and have for sale in my store, in my Shopify store. It is a printable, and you can get that for yourself. I will put the link down in the description box, as well as the link to the video showing this full setup and all of the pages that is included and how I set them up and all that good stuff. So this is my budget binder. I'm really loving how simple it is. I'm really liking this setup so far. So let's just go ahead and jump into the closeout here. So this is my calendar where I track my bill due dates, and then I also track my spending here. You can see my color coding system where I have a different color for different types of expenses, and you will see how that flows through here in a second. So I have that. This is all done. I track my spending as the month goes, so all of my spending is up to date on this calendar. This is my monthly check-in, so we'll be putting in these totals at the bottom. And then here's my actual budget. Zoom you guys back out a bit. Here's my actual budget, and then here is my sinking funds. So all of this kind of gets closed out and will flow through to July a little bit. So let's first talk about my sinking funds here. So you can see here, I have already actually closed this out for the month of June because I wanted to make sure that I did this correctly the first time in this planner. So these are all my sinking funds, and if you don't know what a sinking fund is, it is really just a savings account for a specific purpose. So I have all these different savings accounts. You can see my starting balance at the beginning of June, what I added or subtracted during the month, and then what I ended the month with. So I went ahead and added this all across and totaled up my ending balances. So what we're going to do now with this information is we are going to flip over into July. I'm actually just going to go ahead and pull the page out. That is the beauty of the disc bound system, is you can just pull pages out. So I have my sinking fund set up here for July, and I'm just going to transfer these numbers, these ending numbers, over to the starting for July. So Christmas is currently $400.59. Property taxes is $160.21. Vet fund is $139.66. Car maintenance is $194.44. Gifts is $30.03, and then cell phone is $20.01. So that is everything that is currently in my sinking fund account at the start of July. As the month goes on, I will add and subtract anything that comes up during the month, what I add to them, and any expenses, and then total it up for July and do the same thing with the ending balance over into August. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy back over into here. Next, what we are going to be doing is updating, closing out my actual budget here. So I'm gonna grab my markers here. So I have a little pen pouch that I use for just my budget stuff. So I have a blue and a red here that I'm going to be using for this process. So you can see here I have my budget column that I did when I created my budget. I have my actual column here, and then I have my over and under column. And I don't know why I did this the way I did it, because I messed this up. Like this is what I should be doing now, is this actual column, because I tracked my spending throughout the month. So now I know what the actual is. So I don't know what I was thinking there, but we're gonna kind of work off of it and work around it. So essentially what I normally would be doing is I would be filling in this column. So we're gonna go down and compare this just to be sure things actually worked out how they were supposed to. So this was my actual paycheck income, and then my expense report, that is what I received, so that is correct. That is what I paid to my mortgage. Okay, so car insurance was, let's check, because I actually didn't fill this in because I didn't know how much it was going to be, and then I was going to fill it in when it actually came out of my account. So I actually had insurance come out twice, I think, and then I got a refund of one of them because I canceled a policy. I actually don't know. 80.29. I actually don't think I paid insurance in the month of July. Did I? I don't think I did. Oh wait, no. June 4th. 84.19. That is how much it was. So it was actually less. So we're gonna use the blue here since it was less. Well, we're gonna do 84.19, and I'll show you how the colors are gonna work here because this is a new thing for me. We're gonna try it out. So this is all filled in. So essentially what I'm doing here is comparing my budgeted number to my actual number, and then we're gonna put in whether I was over or under. So for my paycheck, I was not over or under, I was right on. Expense report, same thing. So this was good to go. All right, so expenses here, this was good. Car insurance was over, or it was under budget. So I'm gonna grab my calculator here, and to do over or under budget, $86 minus the 84.19. So I was under budget by 181, which is nice. Xander was even, Netflix was even. Okay, so here's where we get into this, why I shouldn't have filled these in. So first, I was over budget here by $3.99 because I completely forgot to even budget for that. So that is over budget. Pets came in over budget by $4.49. And I figured that out by looking at my spending tracker here. This was all of my spending for my pet supplies during the month of June. And you can see $4.93 there is what I was over budget. So what I should have normally done is totaled up my amount column and then put my ending balance on here and then transferred these numbers over to here. So I actually kind of did that. I had a total of $144.93 that I spent on the pets, and I was over budget by $4.49. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see these numbers better. Okay, and then for groceries, you can see my spending tracker here. I was over budget on groceries by $20.42. It's not a good budget. Because this number here is wrong, it should be $120.42. So you can see how I screwed up with putting that number in there. And then for gas, you can see I actually was under budget. So my budget was $75 and I spent, well, I had $10.60 left. So $10.60. So I should have totaled up these three and put this in this column. And then finally for spending, I was over budget in that as well by $20.84. I had some struggle this budget apparently. So $20.84. These should have been totaled up here. Oh, you can't see. These should have been totaled up here and put right here. So that is how a budget closeout works. I will be doing this for every month so you guys can get an idea of how this goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and total some. I'm gonna leave this column. Normally I would like fill in these amounts, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it because I messed it up. But for my sinking funds, this is actually what I put to my sinking funds, so those amounts are good. That is what I put to my Discover card, so that was good as well. So that is how I close out this budget. I didn't do a good job this month. Obviously, I was over budget in some things. So this had to come out of my checking account buffer, which I keep in my account for situations like this, and then I have to adjust my next month to put the money back or pull from our joint account, which is some savings. So that is how I close out the calendar. July should go a lot smoother because I won't mess up this column. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. So we have my sinking funds done, we have this done. I'm just gonna talk about how I close these out. So normally what I would do is I would go through my spending tracker and add up how much I spent. So for this category for groceries, I spent $120.42, and then my ending balance was $20.42. So that would be my ending, balances. Normally I do this before I do this so that I can transfer the numbers over. So then for gas, I spent, adding up this column, I spent $64.40, and the balance left was $10.60. For my spending money, the balance left was $20.84. That's not the balance left. That was the ending balance. I went over budget. So then I add up the amount column. Do that really quick. $14.03 and $9.99. So I spent $71.17. And then for my spending tracker, my pet expenses, I spent, I can't type, $144.93. So I was $4.93 over budget. So that is how that works. And then these numbers transfer over. So you can see here, $120.42, and I was over budget by $20. That should translate over to groceries, should have been $120.42, and then I was over, $20.42. So you can see how it flows through there. Hopefully that makes sense. So to close out my budget, I close out my sinking funds, I close out my budget here, I close out these, and then I also am starting to do my net worth and track it on the net worth worksheet. But I'm actually going to be doing a separate video on this because it can be kind of like an involved process. So I want to make sure I have enough time to walk through the whole process and show you how to use the worksheet. So that will be in another video upcoming during July, so keep an eye out for that. So that is how I do that. We're gonna go ahead and fill out this monthly check-in page here as the last thing we are doing. So my total income was $1,583.68. My total expenses, we gotta add these up here. Well, we really need to add up, okay, so we're gonna add up $770 and the $84.19, $675, $15.99, and then the $144.93, the $3.99, and then we're gonna actually add these numbers. So $64.40, $71.17, and what I forget, $120.42. So my total expenses were actually $1,281.84, and then total savings, I sent $90 to my sinking funds, and then total debt was $249.94. $249.94. So theoretically, the $1,281.84 plus the $249.94 plus the $90 should add up to the $1,583.68. That's what you would like to happen, but I went over budget, of course, so I was over in my expenses. So my expenses and debt and savings add up to more than my income, and those extra funds came out of my buffer in my checking account, as well as I pulled some savings from our joint account to cover that, and then I will have to put that money back since I went over budget. So working on doing better for July this month. It's actually going pretty well, sticking to my budget pretty well, and I'm doing a no spend month, so I will show you guys that as we get into July. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gave you an idea of how to close out your own budget. Like I said, this one was a little bit confusing because I screwed up on my budget worksheet here, but I will be doing one of these for my first paycheck of July, around the 20th of July, so keep an eye out for that, and it will make a little bit more sense hopefully. But hopefully this video helped you a little bit. If it did, please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I put up new videos about budgeting, personal finance, productivity, and building wealth through multiple streams of income every Tuesday and Saturday, and I've actually had a lot more videos going up recently, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss a video. Any relevant links or videos will be linked down in the description box, as well as up in the cards, so you guys can check out some other content from me as well, or get your hands on this budget binder. I'm really loving this system, and it's so easy to follow. So highly recommend you check that out if you need a new budgeting system. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.